Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to the Back to the Future game. The game. So, last episode we pretty much figured out we need to convince the officer to stop drinking, we need to convince Trixie to turn on Tannen, and we need to figure out what we're going to do with Doc Brown as far as his part in this role. Uh,
Hey, nice suit. Where'd you get it?
Costume shop at the mall. I had it custom made.
Yeah? Quality material. Who are you? Where you from?
The name's, Sonny Crockett.
Sonny Crockett. Let's convince him I'm one of you, why not?
I'm one of you guys. Don't you recognize me?
No. Come on. What's the dope?
Spill it, or I'll go easy, kid. From the cut of the suit, I'm thinking he might be with the Valenti gang.
Is that so?
Yes, I'm with the Valenti.
Yes?
Prove it. You ain't leaving till you show me some bona fides.
Bona fide. Well, we do have this gun that says I'm with the Valenti gun.
I've got a little something here that might convince you.
Don't even blink.
It's not a real gun. It's not a real gun, I swear. It's a gift from Don Valenti. See?
To your family from mine, in gratitude for your continued service, J.J. Valenti. Looks like little Sonny Crockett here really is with the Sacramento boys. You got stones, Pee-wee. I like that. Have yourself a drink on the house. Matches. Put down your gun. You look like a moron.
Okay, so we can get a drink on the house. But I don't really want to get a drink on the house. I want to work my way back outside. A little clipping through there.
Hey, Artie. He's back.
Well, at least we don't have to go pick him up. Doc is in the Majestic Arm. Old Doc is. Young Doc is in the Town Square Park. So let's talk to Edna
Hey,
here.
Edna.
Mr. Crockett, what can I do for you?
What's with you and Emmett? Let's ask
What's
that
going
question.
on with you and Emmett? The last time I saw you, you seemed to be kinda interested in him.
That was before I belatedly realized that his agreement to host my Stay Sober Society was a clever ruse to ferry barrels of hooch to his so-called laboratory.
Sorry about that.
Now his
Oops.
very presence fills me with an irrepressible urge to pick at his philosophical and intellectual foundations with every tool in my vocabulary.
So you're not dating?
Dating? The mere thought of romantic involvement with that undisciplined techno-anarchist is preposterous.
Good.
Let's ask about the speakeasy.
Whatever happened with that speakeasy arsonist?
Arsonist.
I was about to ask you the same question.
Me?
Don't play coy with me. I may not have any journalistically acceptable proof, but I know you had a hand in Carl Sagan's daring escape from the authorities.
About you and
What have you
dogs.
got against dogs, anyway?
They're smelly, rude, completely unable to take care of themselves, and frankly, they're not very bright. If I had my druthers, dogs would be banned from public places.
Harsh.
It's a harsh world, Mr. Crockett.
Okay. Sagan's
You
innocent?
think that Sagan was innocent?
I used to, but after he escaped, 2 more speakeasies were torched in Colfax and Georgetown.
That's just a coincidence.
Coincidence? Or is our friend Carl a serial arsonist?
Interesting. I'm sure
I'm
Sagan.
pretty sure that Carl Sagan didn't start those fires.
We'll see. One of the reasons I'm camped out so close to Tannen's new speakeasy is it gives me the chance to catch the arsonist in the act. It'd make a great story for my column.
Interesting. So this arson plot is going through the
You wouldn't
probably
happen
all
to
the
know
episodes.
anything about Trixie Trotter, would you?
Kid Tannen's latest conquest? Well, she claims to be a lounge singer from Seattle, but my sources in Washington have never heard of her. I mean, honestly, Trixie Trotter, what kind of name is that?
It's not a real name. Her real name is Sylvia. What do you know
Do you
about
know
Parker?
anything about Officer Danny Parker?
Parker? Just another soul lost to the twin vices of booze and despair. I've asked him to tell me his story for my column, sort of a cautionary tale, but he's never in the mood to talk to me.
And what do you know about Tannen?
What's Kid Tannen been up to for the last 2 months?
Didn't you hear? It was in all the papers.
I've been, traveling.
Well, the feds were all set to arrest Tannen on tax evasion charges. Seems they'd gotten Tannen's books from his accountant.
I heard something about that, yeah.
Well, the accountant disappeared, unsurprisingly. But the feds still thought they had a case. After all, they still had the books, right?
Right.
Wrong. The day before the trial, the books up and vanished right out of the court's evidence locker.
No.
Lots
How?
of fingers were pointed, but honestly, the whole town's so corrupt that it could have been anyone. Court clerks, cops, janitors.
Interesting. So, Kid beat the
So
rat.
Kid's walking around free?
Free, clear, and laughing it up in his new speakeasy. The feds want to bring a case up against him, but without those books, they've got nothing.
Ooh.
What are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
Good
Saving
question.
people from alcohol, vice, and disorder. And also keeping a lookout for hot stories. You'd be surprised how much news breaks on this corner.
It's a little too much dialogue here. We've gone through quite a lot of it. Let's see. Have you broken
Broken
any
stories tonight?
Only the usual. Mayor Thomas trying to slink out of the speakeasy. Frankie Needles crashing his car into a fire hydrant. Nothing that'll get me the front page.
Okay. Let's see. I've got a story for you.
I got a hot lead for you.
Oh? What is it?
Tannen arrested. Officer Parker reformed. Arthur McFly returns. Carl Sagan spotted and turned.
I can't tell her that. It could get him in trouble.
Oops.
What was that song you were singing earlier?
Do you like it? I wrote it myself. It really gets the toes tapping at the Stay Sober Society meetings. Although I suppose that could be the Shakes. Would you like to hear it again?
No.
Maybe later.
I'll be here all night.
So, can I have a
Do you
copy?
think I could have a copy of your You Should Care lyrics? I've, got a club of my own that could really use some inspiring.
Sure. Let me just get a page out of the hymnal. There you are.
Hey, thanks.
Okay, so we got that. Do we need to give her a story? Not right now, we don't.
See ya.
Keep
We've
fighting
got
the
what
good
we
fight.
need. Let's go talk to the young Doc and see what he's working on.
Sonny, you're just in time.
Of course I am.
Have you been, Emmett? I know I haven't seen you in a couple of months.
I'm great, and I owe it all to you.
Really?
Yes, that argument I had with my father during our jet drill experiment gave me the incentive to finally quit that dreary court job. I've committed myself full-time to a life of science.
So, thanks for watching Einstein while I've been away.
It's been a pleasure. He's proven to be a surprisingly willing test subject. Almost as if he's been working with me for years.
More like decades. What's the story with the little car and all this equipment?
Einstein and I are conducting a few experiments with this 1/4 scale model to work out a few hitches in my planned demonstration at the Hill Valley Expo in a couple of months.
A radio-controlled car?
No. Well, yes, but there'll be so much more than that. It will amaze the world.
So,
Aha! Got it!
Got
it's
what?
I'll
this
show you.
experiment is supposed to
Ready to
blow
go,
up
Einstein?
horribly. It's not supposed to go off
Watch this.
right.
When this baby hits 23 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious cow flop.
23 miles per hour. It's flying?
Einstein! No! Get him out of there!
Not to worry. I've got a fail-safe eject mechanism around here someplace. See? Nothing to worry about.
Nothing.
Looks like Einstein's on the
I'll
roof.
go see if I can find something to help. Or someone.
So, here's Doc at the flop house. Can we go in the courthouse at night? Probably
It's
not.
locked. Guess I'll have to find some other way to rescue Heine.
We're kind of in this whole side situation here. Do we need to rescue the dog, really? Maybe we shouldn't change things. Hey, a new room.
Hey, Doc. How's the room?
It's a little cleaner than I would have imagined for a Depression-era flophouse. How are your investigations going?
I saw
I
Arthur.
saw him.
Who?
My grandpa. On his streetcar for just a second. Doc, we gotta find him.
Why?
Trixie thinks she's got something that could put Kid away, but Artie's the only one who can tell her for sure. I guess he's kind of her tutor or something.
Ah, so that's the connection. When your grandfather disappeared from Hill Valley for 2 months, the bond between him and Miss Trotter was severed, eventually leading to a timeline in which Trixie lost the nerve to betray Tannen.
Yeah?
We've got to find your grandfather.
Have you
Any
seen
sign
Arthur?
of Artie?
Haven't spotted him yet.
Are you sure
Parker's
Tannen's
pickle.
supposed to be arrested by Officer Parker? The guy's a mess.
Mess or no mess, I'm absolutely certain that Parker's your man. In fact, it's his arrest of Tannen that will eventually lead him to becoming Hill Valley's chief of police.
That seems really unlikely. Why didn't you tell me I'd run into your younger self tonight?
Because I don't remember being out here tonight. Clearly, your interactions with my younger self 2 months ago have slightly altered my personal timeline. I never had the nerve to perform public experiments like he's doing. No matter, those experiments will be forgotten once I've seen Frankenstein.
Frankenstein?
Yes, right now my younger self is fiddling around down there with rocket propulsion systems for his demonstration at the expo.
The thing that'll kick off your scientific career.
Exactly. Now the rockets are a horrible idea, and I'll soon realize that they'll never work. But eventually I'll wander into that movie theater and see Frankenstein and clear my mind. I've kept the ticket stub from that movie in my wallet ever since. See?
Why?
Because it's during this movie that I'll have the inspiration for my breakthrough at the expo.
Okay.
Doesn't have anything to do with reanimating the dead, does it?
Not the way you're thinking, no. But during that famous scene when Colin Clive turned the wheel that raised that shrouded figure into the tower and that bolt of lightning struck, well,
So
let's
I
just
need
say
that
more than one
ticket.
brain was reanimated that night.
Why are Tannins always such jerks anyway?
It's hard to say. Rogue Neanderthal genes in their DNA, perhaps.
Where is the DeLorean?
Where'd you park the DeLorean?
I hid it in the DeSoto lot. Nobody's buying cars these days, so it should be safe in there.
Okay. About the speakeasy arsonist.
Hey, who did burn down Tannen's original speakeasy anyway?
I still don't know. I'd really like to find out before we go home.
Why
I
1930?
never did get a straight answer about why he came back to 1931 in the first place.
It's personal. When this is over, I'll tell you all about it.
I'm gonna hold you to that, you know.
Okay. Run this through for
Can you
me.
explain all this? I'm confused.
It's very simple. In the original timeline, Timeline A, the speakeasy arsonist was never caught, creating one of Hill Valley's enduring historical mysteries.
Okay.
When I traveled back to 1931, I created Timeline B, in which I was misidentified as the arsonist and subsequently killed by Kit Tannen's goons. Einstein came with me, and somehow he ended up in the DeLorean when its failsafe mechanism triggered, sending it back to 1986.
Which is where I came in.
Precisely. You traveled back to June 14th, 1931, creating Timeline C, a world in which Carl Sagan wasn't rubbed out by Kit Tannen, but Arthur McFly was served with a subpoena.
And shot by Kid Tannen's goons.
Yes, so you jumped back in time 6 hours, creating Timeline D, saving your grandfather's life, but somehow preventing Kit Tannen from meeting his date with justice.
Which is why the Tannens were so powerful when we jumped back to 86.
Uh-huh. So now we've returned to August of 1931, creating Timeline E, in which, fingers crossed, we'll send Tannen to prison where he belongs. Got it?
Sure.
Good.
One
Wow.
question.
What?
Can you explain all this? I'm confused.
Okay, let's ask him to save Einstein.
Emmett's not having much luck getting Einstein off the courthouse.
I'm not surprised. Einstein's a smart dog, but heights give him the willies.
What can we do?
I've got it.
What?
Just get my younger self distracted, and I'll handle the rest.
Okay. So that's all we
I better
need
get
to
back
do.
to fixing history.
Be careful, Marty.
Be careful. So I need to convince him to go see the movie. And I can't walk this way. Yeah, I can. Interesting.
Could Arthur be in there? It's way too dark and crowded for me to tell.
So I can go to the theater now. I just gotta convince him to watch this movie, Frankenstein. Come on. Let me cross over here. Let's see. Run this way and talk to Emmett.
Don't worry, Emmett. I'm sure you'll get it right someday.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. Right now, I'm more concerned with Einstein.
Cocoa Cup. So, what went
What
wrong?
went wrong with your rocket car?
I'm not entirely sure. As soon as we get Einstein down, I'm gonna go look for it.
What's
What's
with
up with you and Edna? A couple months ago, I could swear she was making goo-goo eyes at you.
That was before my father had her Stay Sober Society meeting thrown out of our house. Now she takes every opportunity she can get to snipe at me in my work. It's very distracting.
What do you know about Parker?
Do you know anything about Officer Danny Parker?
My pop says he's a good cop when he's not drinking.
Good.
Of course, now I hear he drinks all the time.
What do you know about Trixie?
You know anything about Trixie Trotter?
The songbird of the Sierras? The nightingale of the north? The floozy of the foothills? Never heard of her. And I've definitely never snuck into Tannen's speakeasy to listen to her.
Okay. So let's see if he's seen
Have you
Frankenstein.
seen that Frankenstein movie yet? I hear it's pretty inspirational.
Not yet. I've been so busy with my rocket car that I haven't found the time. But I'm planning on going tonight. At least I will once I get Einstein down.
Okay. You need to see
So
Frankenstein.
you're really going to see Frankenstein tonight? I'd hate for you to miss it.
Oh, don't worry. Nothing in the world would keep me from seeing a movie about a mad scientist with delusions of godhood.
So we've got him. Let's see if we can get him to
Why
take a
don't you
break.
take a break from Einstein Patrol for a minute? Maybe go see a movie or something.
Thanks for the offer, Sonny. When once Emmett Brown sets his mind on a task, nothing can distract him from his purpose. And right now, that purpose is rescuing your dog.
Okay, so here's the key there in that sentence.
Well, I'll go off
He
and see if
says
I can get some
nothing
help.
can
We'll
distract
do that.
him.
I'll stay here and see if I
But
can
he
think of a
also
way to get
said-
Tiny off that ledge.
Edna was very distracting. That's the 2 puzzle pieces we needed. We need to get Edna her story so she can distract him.
Edna,
What?
Let's see, I've got a story for you.
I got a hot lead for you.
Oh, what is it?
Would-be inventor strands dog on courthouse.
Young scientist strands dog on courthouse roof.
What?
Look over there.
Oh, for goodness sake. Mr. Brown.
Please, Miss Strickland, not now. Can't you see I've got a rather delicate situation on my hands at the moment? My trial run...
Trial run? Public hazard, I call it. And I'm sure my editor will agree. This scientific enterprise of yours represents a clear and present danger to public
You
safety.
know what represents a clear and present danger to public safety? Your singing voice.
There's no need to get personal, Mr. Brown.
Believe me, I have no intention of getting personal with you.
I'm relieved to hear it. Flying cars, of all the ridiculous
You
juvenile
mock me,
notions.
but just imagine a world in which traffic jams and car crashes are a thing of the past.
I might be more inclined to listen to you if your maiden voyage hadn't ended in a crash on one roof and a stranded dog on another.
I'm working on getting him down. Heine, how'd you get down? Clever dog.
Well, fortune favors you tonight, but I warn you to be more careful in the future.
Now, how to get that rocket car back down?
Okay. So we got the dog down. Dog down now. How do we get the rocket car? Where is he? He's up here. How do you get up there?
No time for chit-chat. I've got a rocket car to recover.
Emmett! You get down from there before you hurt yourself!
Hurt myself? Huh, you're far too cautious, Miss Strickland.
So he's up there. Let's walk back in here and see if we can pull off some of the shenanigans we have planned for and set up.
Welcome back, sir.
Glad I don't have to.
What's it gonna take to get Trixie to squeal on Kid?
Let's start by using Edna's lyrics with the lyrics for I Don't Care.
Hey, Trixie, look over there!
Why?
Didn't you see it?
No.
I
Ah,
can't
never
believe-
mind.
Falls for that all the time. So now all I have to do is change the sheet music to the song I Don't Care. Oh, it's not I Don't Care anymore, it says You Should Care, which honestly it should be still I Don't Care, because we see it right there.
You should care. You should care what people think of you.
Peculiar lyrics for a saloon song.
Reclaiming your good name is what you ought to do.
Now we talk to
You should care.
Officer
Danny.
Parker.
You.
If your reputation is in disrepair.
Should you be drinking so much on duty?
Probably not, but this joint ain't open when I'm off duty.
Let's see, tell me your
So about
troubles.
those troubles.
I really care what you think of me. If I told you about my troubles, you might think I was a crybaby.
Should you be drinking so much on duty?
Probably not, but this joint ain't open when I'm off duty.
Interesting.
Shouldn't you be arresting Tannen?
For what?
Well, for running a speakeasy, for one thing.
Well, I like this speakeasy. So there. Besides, if I arrested him, I'd have to arrest you and me and everyone else in here. And that's just way too much work for one little cop like me.
So about those troubles.
I really care what you think of me. If I told you about my troubles, you might think I was a crybaby.
Okay.
See you later, Danny.
I'll be here.
So we got some progress there. What is Artie's pipe gonna do?
Grandpa Artie's pipe. You know, I could barely remember Grandpa from when I was a kid, but this smells like him. Heavy.
An empty chloroform bottle.
It's empty.
Let's talk to Zane.
Hey, bartender.
What'll it be?
About those characters on the wall. Let's ask about that, yeah.
So about this, portrait gallery of yours.
What about it?
What's it all about? Who are those guys?
The caricatures hanging along the wall of honor commemorate those who are no longer with us on account of having ticked off one Irving Kid Tannen.
They're the guys the kids killed?
Well, of course not. They're just a bunch of guys that Kid didn't particularly like, and that at a later date turned up dead. It's what do you call it? A circumstantial coincidence. Yeah.
What are you drawing?
Another celebrity caricature.
You drew those?
Prohibition ain't gonna last forever, Bub. I gotta have a skill I can fall back on when all this goes away.
Okay.
What's Parker's problem?
Ah, Danny Parker. Now his problems follow him around like a pack of wolves.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Job troubles, dame troubles, psychiatric troubles, you name it. You get him in the right frame of mind, he'll talk your ear off about him.
Tell me about Trixie.
What can you tell me about Trixie?
You trying to put the moves on Kid's dame?
No way.
Good, because if you did, I'd probably be hanging you on the wall of honor. Know what I mean?
So is your cold all better?
My cold?
Yeah, when I saw you a few hours ago, you were sneezing like crazy.
Mister, I ain't had a cold in over 2 months.
Oh yeah, right. Sorry. Wrong guy.
Oops. So let's have him draw me.
Think you could do a caricature of me?
Sure. Presto!
That really doesn't look like me.
I didn't have much to work with.
And give me a drink.
I'll have a drink.
What's your poison?
Peps, on second thought, forget it.
Suit yourself.
Okay.
Thanks for the talk.
Next time, order a drink. This ain't no library, you know.
So, that's Zane. We will talk to Matches next time. Seems like there's a little bit more I have to figure out here. We made some progress. We kind of, by getting the dog stuck on the roof, made some more work for ourselves, but that's fine. That just means that this episode is going to go a little bit longer, and that is totally acceptable. We don't want it to be too short, and it's very, very unlikely it will go on for too long. Anyways, that's it for this episode. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it and make a donation. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media site, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.